G'day, Peter here from PPA. Look, today we want to talk about case studies, specifically using our proven system, the fast track formula to financial freedom. Again, our building advantages is our major difference between us and everybody else, and this is some examples, some case studies for you. Donna Steve freaking out. Why? This is so common. People in their 50s, late 40s, coming to us, freaking out about their financial future. They know they have limited time to get the finances in track to make them have the funds they need to be able to start work when they want to. So let's have a look at this case study. Their priorities was time to retirement, cash flow, affordability, and rental demand. Very common concerns for most people. So how did they get started? They had no huge cash savings, and they didn't want to use any of their cash flow from their pocket each week because they were not young, but they had families. So, which again is typical. So they're just looking at transferring some equity. So that's not using all their equity. They've obviously built up equity in their own family home. They want to transfer just some of that equity for the deposit and costs, and transfer that deposit from their home into their first investment property. Not losing that equity, but just transferring it from one property to the next. So they don't have to use any of their own savings. Now look, this is in 2015, and because they had limited time, they wanted to be more aggressive. We look at every client different, because everyone has different wants, needs and goals, different time frames, different money they want, and different things that's driving them. For them, they wanted to be more aggressive and wanted to look at buying 2 properties almost at the same time so they can get into the market and start having those properties capital growth compounding working for them. So investment number 1, because they were after cash flow, we looked at a dual occupancy property, which means there's 2 properties on the same block, which is giving you 2 incomes, which is giving you a higher cash flow positive position after the rent and tax is taken into account. So we recommend they buy on the Sunshine Coast. In 2015, purchase price was $540K. We knew for the point that at $540K, this was at least $40K under anything equivalent, anywhere near there, because there was very limited properties like this in this whole area. Therefore, we knew they were getting good gains from day one, almost $40K gains from day one, just for the fact of what the valuations of anything similar around that area was. Rent was appraisal was $650 per week on that $540K purchase price, so we knew there was going to be a strong cash flow coming from this property. With our the way we deal with our builders, we get a $3K cash back from the builder. All our clients get a first tenant guarantee, so you got insurance that you've got a first tenant. And after the construction, the property was rented straight away, and it was already worth more than they paid. It's now currently valued at $655,000. That's a $125,000 gain, and the rental income now is $780 a week, which is really high cash flow against their purchase price. So from that property, they had some gain, instant equity and good cash flow. At the same time, they looked at different locations, but we come down to the Newcastle region for their second property. And this time they wanted a duplex. Why they wanted a duplex? Because they wanted to ramp up their instant gains. What this means was, when you buy a duplex, it could be valued at $700,000, for example, when you buy the complete duplex. But when you at completion, when you get each side valued, because it's separate strated, you can separate the 2, and they could be, for easy maths, $400K each valued at either side. So therefore, you've got a $800K in total property value. If the purchase price was $700K, then you've got a $100K gain, which is high. We like to be more conservative, but that's just an example to show you how you can get instant gains, and therefore you can duplicate sooner. And you can just do this, if this is all you want to do, if you've got the borrowing capacity, you can do this every 1 to 2 years, and maybe get 3 to 4 or 5 properties over that time frame, and you're building equity, not even before you even looked at the actual capital growth. That's just a strategy that might be for you as an example. But back to this example here, this case study. The purchase price was $640,000. They got equity gain after completion of $75,000 when you separated both sides and got them valued separately. $10,000 rebate on the land, a $3K cashback from the builder, and is currently now valued at $770K. So that's a $130K gain. So that they've got two properties that's in the market. They're growing for them, giving strong cash flow, they've got instant equity, and now they're looking at getting their third property by combining their supers into a self-managed super fund. And then that can really start, they will then have three properties compounding capital growth, which can certainly help them get that shortfall they have for their financial future, so they can retire when they're ready to retire and not have to stay in the workforce till 70, as our government sometimes says you need to be. Okay, so that's case study number one, and then I hope you enjoyed it. Again, when we look at our clients, we look at your personal circumstances and give you the exact plan and tailored property options for your specific needs. Thanks very much.